welcome back to my YouTube channel, #moviebabe. I am moviebabe, and in this episode, I'm going to be recapping and reviewing episode 5 of Celebrity Hill College Edition. But before we get too into it though, I would like for you all to drop down and hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Because here on Movie Babe, I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television. And if that is the type of content that you like, you might as well hit the subscribe button and stick around. Okay, my series regulars are P-Valley and Baddies that premieres on Zeus. However, over the weekend, I binged All the Queen's Men on BET Plus, and I like it, so I've decided to review that show too. So if you also watch All the Queen's Men, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for those uploads. All right, let's go ahead and get into this episode of College Hill. So the episode begins with Ray J and showing how, he's still out of it, still down, still discouraged about what's going on in his personal life as well as at school. But he decides to go to class with the rest of the cast today. So they are now in week 3. And along with African American Studies, they are now adding Introduction to Law with Judge Walker, okay? And Judge Walker does not play. That is made very evident the moment they walk into class. They see that their other peers are not dressed how they're dressed. And y'all already know how India and Dream dress when they go to class. Everybody else has on, button downs and some slacks. The girls have on suit jackets and slacks. So they're very professional, okay? So along with dress code, other rules of Judge Walker's class is this is a professional school. So basically, this course is for people who are interested in majoring in criminal justice, political science, things like that. So they take it more seriously versus just, I need my 3-hour course credit, right? Like in English or a math class. So the rules are they have to have handwritten briefs, no electronics in class or they will be confiscated. When the judge walks into the room, you rise. When she speaks to you, you rise. And when she's done speaking with you, she'll tell you when to have a seat. So Judge Walker walks into the classroom and everybody rises, but Dream is still sitting down putting on her lip gloss. I honestly thought that was going to be called out. I wish that it was called out, but it was not, all right? So I agree with Slim that Introduction into Law is a very important class. I personally feel like, especially as Black people, that should kind of be a requirement at HBCUs, like one of your English, math, sciences classes, because as Black people, especially in America, we need to know our rights. You need to know the basic 10 constitutions, search and seizure, your Mirandas, all of that. Like, I feel like that is very important, and it honestly should be a required course at an HBCU. That's my personal opinion. So in class, Judge Walker, she asked the question about the 4th Amendment. And Ray J says that he knows, so she calls on him and he tries to stand and he's all stuck behind his chair and moving his backpack and the cigarettes and fell all out of his pocket. Like, Ray J is a mess. The judge is like, Ray J, please put the cigarettes back in your pocket. Stand up. What's the answer, love? And he gets it wrong. So in true teacher-professor fashion, Judge Walker randomly calls on another student, and that student is India Love. India Love stands up and she just buckles because she does not know the answer. And she mentions how all the work that she has done with her life coach to help build her confidence just went out the window the moment that she didn't know an answer. I want to say, India, you're not going to know everything. And I know your insecurity is that you feel inadequate to other people, but that's okay because 9 times out of 10, half of the class don't know the answer anyway. So if you get it wrong, they can't judge you because they probably don't know either. A student who does know the answer, however, is Dream. So Dream stands and she gives the correct answer that the 4th Amendment right is basically your Miranda rights. And she shares how she knows this because her father has been incarcerated since she was 4. I believe she said 4. I know it was a very young age. So their assignment for this course is they are going to be performing a mock trial. They're going to be graded based on a fictional role and how they perform in that role. Okay, so the trial is going to be an unjustified shooting of a Black man. It's going to be State versus Gray. And to be honest, this is what I miss about college. I majored in communications, so we a lot of communications was mass communications, which means in the media. So everything that was happening in the media, we talked about it in class. We had debates. We had to write papers over it. And I don't know, like, just to me, I guess it's like trending topics. And it just makes, I was just like, bro, like, I can only imagine how college is right now, having to have mock trials based off of what's actually going on, because these are the type of trials you're going to be fighting in the real world and things like that. So, like possibly, depending on your level. But however, I just like really got elated because I was like, bro, this is what I miss about college, like debating these type of topics and writing about these type of topics. I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm geeked out. Okay, anyhow, back at home, everybody's hanging out and they're playing pool. And Dream asked the question that if growing up in a single parent household has affected how everybody looks at relationships. All right. So Frida shares that her mom would leave and come back to their stepdad, numerous times. And it was tough because the stepdad treated Frida differently, less than, because Frida was the gay child. And the mom kept leaving the stepdad, if I'm understanding Frida's story right, kept leaving the stepdad because he was treating Frida, poorly or whatever. But after Frida's mom passed away, the stepdad, their and Frida's relationship definitely got better. Dream also shares that her relationship with her dad is different because he's been incarcerated her entire life and still is, which I thought was like, the fuck. After I tell y'all the story, y'all gonna see why. But her dad has been incarcerated her entire life, and he only knows Dream Doll, like her famous persona. And the dad gets jealous because Dream does so much for her mom versus, I guess, putting money on his books. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, well, I don't really know you. You weren't really there to contribute. And now every time I talk to you, you talking to me about money. So I definitely understand what Dream said about that. However, I don't know how that related back to the initial question. Their conversations kind of went on a tangent, but I was like, nonetheless, it was a good conversation, which is honestly what I like about this show. Like, it shows different facets of college life, college students, what we go through. And then they also hit on just like regular conversations that I feel like are important to have, So after everybody is done shooting the shit or whatever, Dream goes to lay down. When she goes to lay down, Slim is in her bed pretending to be asleep, and he's like basically refusing to get out, okay? So I did want to mention this because on my last video, someone commented like, it's not a big deal that Slim is trying to get at Dream or whatever. And, despite the, 15 to 20 year age difference, it's only creepy because he trying so hard. Like, he giving like weird uncle at the cookout vibes. And it's like, Slim, you're attractive, you have a nice amount of money, a nice amount of success in your own right. Why are you being so thirsty towards this girl? Like, that's the problem I'm getting from it. You know what I'm saying? And Dream basically is like, yo, like, Slim, you are the homie. Like, stay in a homie's role. Like, you will never get a chance. And personally, when she said you will never get a chance, I was like, damn. Well, that's that on that. And it's just like, I don't know, like, dudes always do that. Like, most of the time, dudes do that. It's like, I know you like me, but I don't look at you like that. So just be the homie. You know what I'm saying? And then if you play your role right, who knows? Down the road, she might let you go that extra step. But you gotta play a role while you in that role. Matter of fact, bro, true story. True story. When I went back to college, I met this dude, cool as fuck. Like, we vibed. We could banter. We didn't start a podcast together, but we would feature each other on each other's podcast or whatever. And I thought he was the homie. Homie wanted more. And then homie got mad when I was like, no. And it was just weird. Like, why can't we just be friends? Like, why you gotta try to go the extra mile? Like, chill. Like, so we don't talk anymore. But look, we both lost out on a good friend and a good business partner because you couldn't control your hormones. You know what I'm saying? So just play your role while y'all in that role, men. Okay, men. Okay, all right. So while some castmates are going to bed, the others decide that they want to start working on their project. So again, the project is State versus Gray. They have been split up into two sides, obviously. The State side is India, Lamar, and Slim. India and Lamar are the prosecutors, and Slim is the witness, okay? The side of Gray, which is the police officer, is Ray J, Dream, Frida, and Nene. Frida is the defendant's attorney. So they are defending the police officer. Ray J is the co-counselor, so that's like the right hand to the attorney. Dream is the officer, and Nene is the witness. So when analyzing this project, the lawyers have the most work. And when I was like, Lamar is a lawyer, he's actually going to have to put in some work on this project. Frida hates that she's on the side of the police officer because it's like, I don't want to defend a police officer who unjustly killed a young black man. However, when you can argue your opposition, like the opposite of your beliefs, that makes you a good lawyer. That makes you a good debater. You know what I'm saying? And you already know what the other side gonna say because that's what you believe in. So now you know how to counter it. I don't know, y'all. Like I love like debates and stuff. I would be lit for this assignment. While Frida is trying to get down to work, guess who playing around? Ray J. And Frida is not having it, okay? She's like, Ray, you need to sit down so we can get to work. We got to read all of this. Look at this thick-ass packet. We got to read all of this. And Ray J is like, as long as you know, you can catch me up to speed. Brother. That ain't how this shit work, okay? And I would be just like Frida, like, you thought, okay? Because we are basically being graded individually. I personally don't have to tell you shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't like group work. Because I was that person that wants to do the work. And people will want to rely on me. Like, I don't fucking think so. So the next day, Ray J and Slim are talking, and Ray J opens up about all he's going through with the death and the divorce. Ray J said that he wants to wait until the school is over to make a decision because hopefully he'll have new knowledge and have a new outlook on things. However, he does feel that school is distracting him and he can't focus on school particularly, so he might want to leave to go home and get everything situated. So Dream, Frida, and India are sitting outside, and Dream talks about her trust issues with men. Girl, don't we all have them? I thought this part was cute. She said that, she always thought she would meet her soulmate at the grocery store. They'll bump into each other with their baskets and exchange numbers. Typical rom-com. But it's funny because I used to think the same thing. Like, that I would meet my soulmate at Walmart, sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on. And it's like, oh, you holler at me with no makeup on? You holler at me when I'm looking a mess? I know you a keeper type thing. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was cute that I guess more girls have that same fantasy. But this is the part that I have an issue with. She wants a child, but she doesn't want the male baggage that comes with having a child. So she is considering a sperm bank. Leave your comment in the comment section below if you agree with what she's saying. I wholeheartedly understood what she was saying. Like, I completely understood what she was saying. However, when she said that if my mom could do it with 3 kids and 2 jobs, I could do it too. No. I personally hate when women, especially young women, millennials, Gen Z, when we have that perception, when we have that outlook. Your mom was a single mom. Yes. Did your mom want to be a single mom? No. Did your mom want to have all those responsibilities on her shoulders, on her back? No. Just because she did it and was successful at it does not mean that shit was easy. That would not have been ideal for your mother. I am sure of it. So I just wanted to emphasize that because I there's something in me that really, my stomach turns when young women say that, like, well, my mom had me at 15, I can do it too. Bitch, your mom was struggling. Highly not recommended. Okay, 1-star experience. Like, I'm sure your mother would not want that for you either. So although I understand what Dream was saying, like, because relationships, men, especially now, is like, please leave me alone. But I still want a child. You know what I'm saying? It's just that quote, that comment that she made. Like, if my mom could do it, I could do it too. No, I'm pretty sure your mom would not recommend that shit. 1-star Uber review. Now let's talk about Nene real quick. Nene opens up to Frida about how she, has been since losing Greg. And I just want to say I personally appreciated Nene's vulnerability in this moment, because I've watched Housewives since early seasons, and then I've dipped and dabbled here and there. But Nene was not my favorite. Is she TV gold? Absolutely. But she's just not my type of woman. However, I really do appreciate her vulnerability in this moment, expressing how she has been since losing Greg. She compares herself, or she uses the analogy that she's a functioning drug addict, not meaning she's addicted to drugs, but how she's still working and socializing on the outside, but on the inside, nobody really knows what she's going through. So I just wanted to mention that because I just couldn't imagine. So on a more lighter note, later that day, the cast goes horseback riding, and Slim is mad excited because, ranch style, country boy, period. I'm from Texas, if y'all haven't heard of my accent, but I'm from Dallas. So all that country shit, that's Houston. That's some Houston shit. I've never ridden a horse. I would love to, but yeah, I just want to put that out there. We all don't ride horses to school like people think. Anyhow, this was a very funny scene. Can we talk about Dream's outfit? Girl, your whole ass is out. Nene and Lamar are afraid, so Nene ends up driving the wagon, and it's so funny that one of the cowboys, they were like, y'all are the handful cowboys, because all of y'all are a handful, okay? I did want to mention that the Black Trail Riders, that's who they went horseback riding with, they are preserving the history of black cowboys, because black cowboys were the first cowboys, and he breaks it down, the history of the word and all of that. Y'all really had to watch the episode to get that little brief history lesson. After they ride the horses, they ride down to the dance hall, and they dance and they eat, and Ray J starts having a breakdown. It could have been a breakdown. It could have been a breakthrough. Okay. But he's in the He's in the field screaming to the Lord, like, God, give me a sign. Show me what I'm supposed to do. So everybody's a little bit concerned, and they decide to go back to the house. When they get back to the house, first off, in the van, Ray J is like, he doesn't think that his marriage is mendable. I really wish he had someone to talk to other than Dream in India, because I would have been like, look, sir, if you can mend your relationship, mend it. And if not, co-parenting might be the option, because I'm going to try not to go on a rant, because I've gone on like 3 this whole episode. But if you are about to get a divorce or your relationship isn't strong, I personally recommend individual counseling for each, and then couples counseling together, because you have to work on yourself before you can work as a group. That is my personal belief. After you have tried everything you could try in a marriage and it's still not working, unfortunately, sometimes we marry and have kids with people who are not our soulmates. Okay? But since you've gone through that individual counseling and you've gone through that couples counseling, you can now have a better stance when it comes to co-parenting your children. Because at the end of the day, that's who is most important, the children. Okay, those who most important, the children. So I just wish that I was in that car with Ray J. Like, if you can mend it, mend it. If not, then y'all just gonna have to settle on co-parenting, because it's not gonna be good for the children in that household to see y'all being dysfunctional 24/7 either. Okay, sometimes it's better to be apart and healthy than together and dysfunctional. All right, I just want to put that out there. Ray J, if you're listening, okay. So when they get home, Ray J decides that he has made up his mind and he's going to go home for a little bit to figure some things out, okay? But he has most of his suitcases packed, so everybody thinks he's not going to come back. However, on the previews for next week, we see that Ray J does indeed come back, and he tries to come in for his mock trial, and he is just messing up, okay? I know Judge Walker is going to rip his head off, all right? So thank y'all so much for tuning in to my YouTube channel. Be sure y'all hit the subscribe button to stick around for more reviews. Like I said, College Hill, All the Queen's Men, and P Valley reviews. Like this video if you enjoy my commentary to support black businesses. Okay, leave a comment whether you agree or disagree with all of my rant sessions this video. I'm sorry, I didn't expect for it to be that long, but I just had some things to say. All right. Follow my interactive Instagram page, by the way, The Movie Babe. Y'all check in my description box. I'll be leaving shit in there for y'all, okay? Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time. It's a date.